Hey, it's Michelle Butt, and it's time for another Fun Fact Friday. Well, if you can hear it in my voice, you know that I have a bit of a cold this week, and I've actually been fighting it all week. And so I thought I'd talk to you a little bit today about where you can see some signs of stress in your face that might indicate what might be going on for you, whether it's emotional or mental or physical, or it manifests physically like a cold, because I've been feeling a little run down and not dealing with some things. So of course my body's gonna start making me deal with it in one way or another. But one of the things that I was ignoring on my face was an indication that there were things I needed to clear up. And because I have a lot of sage characteristics on my face and in my personality, the place that I had been looking in the mirror and just using extra concealer for was under my under eyes. I have naturally dark shadowing under my eyes. It's been there my whole life. It's a sage characteristic. But there are also subtle changes that happen there that let me know when I'm holding on to stuff deeply that I should be letting out, whether it's emotional, whether it's work related, anything that's stressful for me and that makes me feel not 100% myself. Chances are I push it down first until I am ready to let it out. And sometimes by looking in the mirror, I can see, hey, there's too much stuff down there and you need to get it out. And so this week I took some measures to do that, to clear up some things that needed to be cleared up. And as a result, I think my cold is the last ditch effort of my body purging that. But for other people, there can be different indications. For example, if you've got a lot of captivator in your personality, then you probably normally have really bright, beautiful, sparkly eyes. And if you're stressed or you're holding on to things, that light might just dim a little bit. And being able to see those subtle changes and be aware of that will help you to understand where you are in your emotional and mental journey and how to kickstart yourself in a different direction if you're going down a path that isn't serving you. If you're royal, you may end up starting to see some lines showing up on the lower rear cheeks. If you are a nurturer, then you might see some thinning in the area of your lips or some lines showing up around your mouth to indicate that perhaps things aren't exactly where you want them to be. Maybe you're too stressed. Maybe there's some relationship things that you have to work through. Maybe you need to take care of yourself. As with anything, our face gives us so much information, not just how to communicate with others, but a gauge of where we are for ourselves emotionally, mentally, in order to understand our journey and when we need to stop and take some stock, or stop and do some forgiveness or do some I'm sorry's, or when we need to stop and just rest and take care of ourselves. So with that, I will leave you with that to look in the mirror and see if you can see any subtle changes. And if you ever need help with that, hey, you know where I am. I'm always right here, especially every Friday. And for now, I will see you next Friday, and I'm going back to nurse my cold and practice some really great self-care until next week. Talk to you soon.